One comment to
We're going
go.
live. We're going live.
And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 657. Today is Tuesday, February 9th, 2021. I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish. In today's top stories, will Apple be the next company to adopt Bitcoin after Tesla? Tesla's $1.5 billion Bitcoin purchase leaves Treasury experts scratching heads. Kelly Harper is now locked up and charged with a federal crime after allegedly paying Bitcoin to have someone killed. Mobile firm employee charged for aiding crypto SIM swap attacks targeting 19. And hackers use Blockfolio to send out racist messages. But first and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and check out these prices.
Oh, yeah. So taking a look at the prices this morning, Bitcoin at $46,457, up
Woo!
6% today. Woo, yes, went to 47,000 at one point yesterday. Ethereum at $1,750 is up 2% today. Ripple at 46 cents is up 3.2%. Stellar at 39 cents is down 1.3%. Chainlink at $25.50 is up 0.58%. Litecoin at $167 up 4.3%. And last but not least, EOS at 366 is up 3.76%. So a lot of big winners here. We're seeing, of course, again, every day we look at these prices, we're seeing coins take off 20-25%. However, it looks like some are cooling down after this recent push from Bitcoin. Because I mean, yesterday was the highest or the biggest candle in Bitcoin's history, $8,000 candle in one day. And I believe that's not the last time we'll see that.
And I do want to throw out there who called those numbers. How long ago did I say once that number start pumping and that percentage goes lower, we were going to start seeing $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 candles like it was nothing. And we're on our way soon, hopefully by the end of this year, if not next year, to seeing $10,000 to $12,000 candles. That's going to be the normal up and down. I see up 10 to 12, 15, down 8, 7, 6, and trying to get this chat box warm up. But as I do, I was like just literally laughing my ass off as I brought up the chat box and saw the title of this video. I don't know what's wrong with you, brother. I really don't know what's wrong with you.
That's
you
how
be
you
thinking
bring...
it's me. I'm like, it's him.
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
It's crazy what's going on price. All right, the chat box is working. I had to load it up by saying hello first. It turned on. What's up, Blues Lover? Blues Lover said, I'm on page 52. Your book and loving it. You already started sending out your book?
Well, that's the first version.
Cool. Tessa Hall, Phil G. The title is Phil. I didn't even know the title was that title until I literally pulled up the chat box and I saw what the title was. What's up, Madam Crypto, Lisa Lee? Bro, you know how to make this social media thing work. I give you that.
Oh, yeah.
Golden Lynn Max, Raj Shu, Erica K, Ernst Q, D. Chiron, Robert Kelly, Sierra Van Axel. Listen, yesterday
we got 82 people. We got 82 people watching in the first
I was just about to say it.
That's how you do it, baby.
Yesterday we had an all-time high of 142 people live. And I want to say thank you. We had the most likes on the video. I think we had 230 likes. We still have the one thumbs down from whoever that person is. Listen, we love you too. Come keep giving it to us. But with 80-something people in here right now, make sure you smash that like and share this video and let's get it cracking. All right, no more words. All right, will Apple be the next company to adopt Bitcoin after Tesla? The firm could unlock a multi-billion-dollar opportunity with a few clicks, said analyst Paul Steves. We decided to kick this topic off full swing on our show because we already know Bitcoin Zay will be back on CNBC or Fox here in the next month or two talking about Apple buying Tesla. So why not get this subject matter experts advice here on our show? It looks like, again, earlier today or yesterday, Tesla Motors, of course, announced it made that major Bitcoin move. Everyone else started looking around the space just like they do Bitcoin. What's the next big Bitcoin? What's the next big Tesla company? What's the next big MicroStrategy? And it looks like right now people are talking about Apple. However, this has taken off online. I've actually saw some tweets and people are saying this makes sense. They say Apple just opened up its stores in India. 1.3 billion customers haven't been touched yet. And this shares actually look good. They split multiple times over again. And with this new emerging market in India, Apple shares might be a better buy than Bitcoin's, what some people are saying. And others are saying, hey, why not Apple actually buy Bitcoin? What do you think is going to happen?
Oh, yeah. Well, as Paul Steve says here, the introduction of Apple could create more than $40 billion in annual revenue and make waves across the industry. It's also stated here that with a market cap of over 2.2 trillion, Apple is the world's most valuable company with roughly 200 billion cash on hand, hypothetically enough to buy 25% of all Bitcoin in circulation. So if you talk about a supply shock, I think that would be the catalyst there. What I think about this move is that I think Apple will either create an exchange or they will get into the crypto industry somehow. They'll either use Apple Pay or they'll implement it on phones. They'll have built-in wallets. I mean, they could basically take out all the wallets on the App Store if they had a built-in Apple Bitcoin wallet, much like Apple Pay, where it takes 2 clicks to make a payment. That would basically get rid of a lot of the apps on there. But one of the good things about this market is that we can speculate all day. We don't even need Apple. Think about it. I mean, we went from $0 to $45,000 without Apple. So even if Apple comes along, doesn't really matter in the long run, but it would be good for the industry from a news standpoint. And of course, if Apple buys, it's basically game over. It should be game over now. Once Tesla bought $1 billion, shouldn't be any more, arguments. But Apple would really, really drive it home. And then when a country does it, that would really drive it home as well. So we'll see what Tim Cook has up his sleeve.
No, man, people still don't believe the world's wealthiest people on this thing. You're wrong. The rest of the people who didn't buy any are right. It's funny to me and I'm still seeing this Bitcoin conversation going on. Should you buy it? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like $0 to $47,000. What more do you need? I just saw today, they said in Bitcoin's 10-year history, it's risen over 9 million%. Why is this even a conversation anymore? I have no clue. Like you said, why are we waiting on Apple or whatever? I don't know. And one thing I want to talk about is what the article is also saying, with Apple having roughly $200 billion of cash, hypothetically, that's enough to buy 25% of all Bitcoin circulation. Not really, people. You have to remember, as soon as they start dumping that 200 million, even if they go over the counter with it, eventually the market is going to catch up. I don't see them unloading all of that at the prices is what it is. I think if they were to unload that, something like that, 10% of that or whatever, we would see the price spike almost immediately overnight. Same way we did with Elon Musk and Tesla. Speaking of which, it looks like that Tesla $1.5 billion purchase has been leaving Treasury experts scratching their heads. That is right. That is the mention of the $9 million or the 9 million percentage swing for Bitcoin. And it is crazy that Treasury experts are shaking their head. They are still in awe. They don't understand why Tesla made the move. They didn't watch Bitcoin's day on Fox. They have no clue what's going on. But it looks like corporate Treasury commentators are criticizing Tesla's $1.5 billion Bitcoin splurge, echoing the well-worn rhetoric of Bitcoin's volatility. Speaking of Financial Times, you got Jerry Klein. What's the name? The Wolf of Wall Street? I feel like I heard that name.
Nah,
is that a different one?
Yeah, that's a different one, I think.
Okay. Managing director at New York-based investment management firm Treasury Partners said that there was no use case for plowing corporate cash into Bitcoin. At $47,000, people are still making these statements, and they're in the financial industry. I mean, this should be a dino of a day as well. It looks like another critic quoted by FT Campbell Harvey of Duke University. Oh, I had to bring it back to North Carolina. And Durham, North Carolina called Tesla's Bitcoin acquisition unusual and risky, adding that it would not serve as a hedge against market uncertainties. Want me to tell you what's unusual and risky? An electric car, an electric truck, sending people to outer space. This is all unusual and very risky. Using leftover discretionary income to buy Bitcoin is not that unusual or risky in 2021. So again, I am not sure why these dino of the days are even commenting on the greatness of Tesla and Elon Musk. What else is going on with this story?
Oh, yeah. And it occurs to most people when they make an argument against buying Bitcoin that volatility is the argument. That argument is gone, people. Literally, everybody who's bought Bitcoin and held it is in profit today. Everybody.
That is a fact today.
That is a fact. That is a fact. And also, Michael Saylor has also said that holding cash reserves amounted to a stable loss of 75% of their shareholder value over the last decade, whereas investing in Bitcoin offered a volatile appreciation that doubled every 6 months. Year over year, Bitcoin gains over 230%. And with the inflation rate of 15 to 20%, that's the type of investment you need to keep up with inflation, to beat inflation in order to preserve your wealth and to have purchasing power in the future. So it's actually riskier to keep it in cash. So when people talk about volatility, say, yes, it's volatile up and to the right, because volatile appreciation is not the same as volatile depreciation, which is what's happening with the dollar. So look at these stats, people. I mean,
and people are still arguing it.
I mean,
this is ridiculous.
You lost. You're a fund manager. You're a
Like, look at
finance
these
person.
numbers.
You
Listen,
missed the best investment of our lifetime. I mean, the problem is you didn't even miss it. You can still buy at these prices, but you missed 9 million% worth of gains over the last years just sitting around saying how bad Bitcoin was. And people like me, King, and others, we have front run the institutions for the first time ever. So it will be hilarious to see a lot of these institutions buying at 100,000. Because I can tell you right now, price goes past 100K, every corporation is buying buying as much as they can that day. Because they can't watch this price go from 100K to 1,000 to a million the same way they watch 10,000 to 100. So
1 times 9 million% right here. Oh, 90,000 for every dollar you put in. Let's not invest in that. That's a dumb investment. That's dumb money right there. Let's not do any type of investment that could possibly get you 90,000 back for $1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's not do that. That's too risky.
Right.
Too risky.
I'm
we
sure
might get too rich.
I think my math is off. It's probably more like 9,000, but regardless, you get the point, people. I mean, the percentage swings are here. Again, 10 years ago, this is the worst part. These are supposed to be the financial man. These are supposed to be the smartest people, not only in the room, but on the planet. They have analysts, they have resources, they have money. And they said a decade ago, 9 million? Nah, I'm good. 7 years ago, oh, it's up another couple thousand. Oh, don't matter. 3 years ago, oh, we're still up 468%. Don't matter. We're going to ignore it. Like literally every year they keep seeing the number, like don't care about it. And then one thing I want to go talk about is in this article, and I've heard this many times, and I want to fix this narrative ASAP. Critics of Tesla's Bitcoin purchase said the move potentially puts shareholders at risk given the volatility of Bitcoin. Some point to historical crashes like the 2018 bear market and the 50% dump that occurred on Black Thursday in March 2020. First of all, what the fuck is a Black Thursday?
They just make up new
making it black. It ain't nothing. Let's call it red. Let's call it red because I remember it was a red day where everything was bleeding and everything was crashing. But let's also remember that is when the pandemic was officially announced. It wasn't just the crypto market that was bleeding. Every market was bleeding. Like everything was bleeding, not just financial markets, but normal market. Grocery stores. The grocery store line looked like the club on a Friday night in LA. It was crazy. Your Trader Joe's had signs up literally half a mile on the sidewalk that says, yes, you are still in the Trader Joe's line. That was literally the signs up about half a mile away from the store. So it is crazy for them to point this out as even a thing to make people consider investing. It makes no sense. The entire market was down in March. But again, if you do want to talk about volatility like the 2018 and 19 bear market, then again, don't point to Bitcoin. Point to regulators. That was regulators who came out after Martin Luther King Day, essentially trying to crash it. As same as the future CME, they came in and said, we're going to tame Bitcoin. And I give them props. They did tame Bitcoin for about 12 months. But that wasn't like some unusual thing happening in the crypto space. It was all the extra things that was happening around it. So I want to make sure we point that out. All right. Some quick shout outs. I see the comments are going crazy. CryptoKey, what's up? Said crazy. 200 a coin was too expensive. Listen, I remember 400 a coin, and I was like, I don't want to go too crazy. Like,
I remember I was about to wait for a dip at $200. How dumb would that have been? I'm gonna wait for a dip to 150. That's what I was thinking 8 years ago.
Right.
That would have been the dumbest thing of all time. So yeah.
Fumble the face. I wonder how much is intentional FUD and how much is pure ignorance. I'm with you. I think it's 50-50. I think 50% is intentional and 50% is definitely just pure ignorance. But what's funny about the ignorance, they speak so strongly and like so emphatically. You're like, do you actually know what you're talking about? And it's like, no, I still don't, but I'm just going to yell and say big words and hopefully you start to listen to me. I don't know. Jamal J said, Jamal, I think that's when you actually came out to LA for a minute. Jamal J from New York said, they don't remember arguing with people at 6K that is not too late. I remember those arguments too. Remember at 5 or 6K, people said we reached the top for the next 2 or 3 years. So there we go. Golf Man Crypto, shout out front run for the first time ever. There we go. Let's see. Proton Mail. Oh, everybody's talking about Proton Mail. CryptoQ outstripping all other asset classes. Robert Kelly, what's going on? P-Man Van says it's just a matter of time for they get it. CryptoQ was laughing at the title. Says, is that a mistake? Scott Frazier said they want everyone to own bonds that can't keep up with inflation. Yeah, there we go. Everybody's in the comments. Make sure you smash that like and share. All right, some more crypto news, people. This one isn't really about the market. This is just some interesting news stories that we're talking about. Journalist uncovers Wisconsin's woman's murder for hire plot, FBI says. What's going on with this unsavory character here?
Oh man, so it looks as though this Wisconsin woman, Kelly Harper, 37 years old, used the dark website to pay the administrator to have a man tracked down and then killed. She has admitted to authorities she paid him Bitcoin for the planned crime, which is dumb because you can always find it, and it's definitely more valuable in the future. She presented a sum of $5,633 in Bitcoin as proof she could afford the hit. The journalist also found similar evidence of a completed Bitcoin transfer to another murder for hire website in October. After the journalist had gotten in contact with the local law enforcement, FBI agents raided her home, discovered screenshots of the dark website on her computer, and their actions came before the murder could be carried out. So if you're thinking about hiring somebody to do murder, don't use dark web, don't use Bitcoin. That will definitely get you caught. And if you're thinking about it, the FBI can definitely see your search history if they get an implication and then they come in with a subpoena, they can go look and they're like, oh yeah, she was trying to hire somebody to murder. So yes, this has nothing to do with Bitcoin in total, but it does show that people use Bitcoin for all types of activities. However, it is important to point out chain analysis. According to their research, only 0.3% of Bitcoin transactions are considered illicit. This would fall under that category, but still 99.7% of Bitcoin transactions are on the up and up. And I would say it's probably more than that because what they call illicit is in their definition. So yes, this lady, she's going to be going to jail for a long time. And I'm pretty sure her Bitcoin is gone as well. So double whammy, Kelly.
And it's one of those things too, where, and we point out these stories. For one, that disillusion of Bitcoin is anonymous and criminals and all these users, like, no, criminals like normal people use it, but they will get caught. Like in the normal world, you get caught for doing criminal stuff. And then also, to me, it just shows, as we said, people still are ignorant to cryptocurrency. People don't even know about privacy coins yet. The government, while they know about it, they don't even talk about privacy coins. So all eyes are still on Bitcoin. I saw what Cozy Media said, should use Monero LOL. Of course, Monero Zcash. But my point is that when we're talking about all this new and burgeoning technology, I mean, everyone claims to know exactly it's for this or these people use it and that people use it. Everyone's still doing the wrong things with it, or like not using it to its right intention, right? Like she should have actually paid someone with cash in this instance, and it would have been smarter than using Bitcoin. So again, I don't know. This is a pretty interesting article. It's pretty interesting to see that people are trying to do that now. Is that going to be a thing? Will criminals start using it? Who knows? Next time on the Gentleman of Crypto. All right, here's this big story we actually do need to talk about. This has to go along with the hacking and cybersecurity. Let's jump into it. Mobile firm employee charged for aiding crypto SIM swap attacks targeting 19. That's right. Stephen D. Fiori was allegedly paid to transfer cell phone accounts to ones owned by a co-conspirator. So again, this is a 36-year-old Florida-based telco employee was charged Monday over SIM swapping scam that stole one victim's cryptocurrency. I'm gonna have to read this article, and I haven't read the article. This is Bitcoin's Day article, so I'm gonna let them take it away in a second. But what I'm assuming this article is about, and knowing how this works, is that the way people will hack into your Bitcoin account. The reason why we say don't leave all that cryptocurrency on your phone is because the way these scammers are working, someone will go into a Verizon or whatever cell phone store, or Sprint, AT&T, and they will just find the manager or an employee that works there and be like, hey, I have $20,000 for you. Give me all these phone numbers and addresses and names to go with them. And they will individually go through all of them trying to port that phone. They will call back the company, say, I'm so-and-so, I want to change my number, or I want to change something on this phone so that the normal user cannot get into it. And now you have access. Next thing you know, you look at the phone and stuff, you figure out what accounts they have under what exchanges, wallets, so on and so forth. You get that two-factor authentications text to the phone that you now all of a sudden have, and boom, you are in from a SIM swapping scam. That is what I'm assuming this story is about, and that is how it works. Correct, Bitcoin Zay?
Absolutely. And because he had access to companies' customer accounts, he performed these SIM swaps. He reassigned the SIM card to another user, and he had a $500 a day arrangement with a co-conspirator. For each SIM swap, DeFiore made over $2,300 in total via 12 payments. Hold up, wait, that's it? Oh man!
Oh, he didn't even pay him. He didn't even pay my man.
Oh, man, this ain't even worth it.
Hey, that's how you got caught though. They wouldn't even like, he didn't pay my man.
Yeah, he even paid my man. He was like, yeah. But if convicted, he's facing 5 years in prison and a fine up to $250,000, as well as 3 years of supervised release and a mandatory $100 special assessment per count. So this SIM swapping that people do, I've always thought it was an inside job because it's almost impossible to get access to customers' accounts for a SIM swap unless they have somebody on the inside. And I believe that has happened because if you're getting paid $12 an hour and somebody shows up with 5,000 or 20,000, like you said, and all you got to do is just give them the customer's numbers or SIM swaps. That is something that somebody will take up on, and DFIOR will pay for it. So make sure phone security. If you have not done it yet, go to your phone provider and say nothing on my phone can be changed unless I show up in person and I give you my ID and I give you the go ahead. Because anytime somebody can call in and change your phone number or settings, that's how you get caught. So make sure you're doing that. That's one pretty unspoken
that's important,
part
people.
of the
Like,
crypto
take that
world, but
into
it's
account.
very
If
important.
you're into crypto, call your phone company today and tell them do not allow any changes to be made unless you're there physically. Like, that is very important in this space.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Somebody get on like, oh, hello, yeah, this is me.
Yeah, like Sergeant Crypto said, this is chump change. What a loser. Exactly, bro. You doing all this for $2,300?
That's
bro.
crazy.
You could have sold drugs and got away for longer than that and made more money. Trying to SIM swap.
Dolphman Crypto, thank you. Dolphman said two-factor authentication, 2FA using Authenticator app is the only way. I will also say Duo is very good. We use a Duo app, Authenticator, Google Authenticator as well, but they are right. You should not be receiving text messages for two-factor authentication. That can and will be hacked. I'm telling you, it's one of those things that's out there. Everybody, Crypto Key said that is not good news or good money. My ninjas say Florida stay in the news. Don't Florida stay in the news like the last couple of years?
Stay in the news, man.
That has been crazy. Like, since the pandemic came about, it came in the news, but we'll see. All right, the story you all been waiting on to see what's going on. That is right. Hackers use Blockfolio to send out racist messages. I don't know what to make of this story. Bitcoin Zay, take it away.
Oh yeah. So hackers who got into Blockfolio, if you saw it, they posted racist and offensive messages. Some people were able to receive via their Signal feed, and I'm gonna pull that up here now. Let me. Yeah, I'm gonna get off yours real quick so I can share this picture.
It's actually funny you say that because I didn't even pull up my Blockfolio this morning. I'm pulling it up now to see if I see anything pop up.
All right, so if you see here, it says, "Hello, we are sad to announce the closure of our services to all Black people and niggers with immediate loss of all funds. We advise all users to do a prompt withdrawal to prevent loss of funds. Thank you." And I can only imagine somebody waking up, seeing their Blockfolio and reading that. Honestly, I wrote Bitcoin in Black America, so I do get some white people that are like, "Hey, man, it's for everybody," which I understand. It is for everybody. But for some reason, every time there's a hacker, they feel the need because they feel safe to throw out niggers. I don't know why, but it's just, almost every hack I've seen where some hacker gets into it. This happened on Twitter. Somebody hacked somebody's Twitter and it was like, all niggers must die or something. I was like, bro, is that the only thing that hackers want to do? They just want to get to a point where they feel safe enough to tweet out hackers or tweet out the niggers, because that, of course, that came out. And Blockfolio CEO Sam Bankman, he actually, shout out to him for trying to, put out the fire. But I think he's going a little too far. He said he's going to actually donate to the ACLU, and he wanted to try and make sure that the messages were removed. Like, dude, if you didn't do it,
he's like, my son got to my account there, y'all. My bad.
Yeah, like, you don't have to do all this. But is there something else going on? Because why? I wouldn't donate to the ACLU just because a hacker broke in and tweeted out niggers. So they are doing that, and they have been on top of it. They put out messages. And that is why the show today is called Blockfolio Niggers, because, again, if you woke up and read this, you will be shocked as well. Just another hack, and hopefully they get it fixed.
And this kind of shows me, this was scary to me. It's like, to do that, by and large, you're dealing with like a young hacker. Like, just me looking at that, you're dealing with somebody young. Because, first of all, a more mature hacker, not just off age, but usually a more mature hacker, you have to have some experience on your belt. But also, they're going in there for the goods, especially in the crypto market. Right now in the cryptocurrency market, for the real hackers, the sophisticated scammers, the criminals, all those people, they are not exposing themselves to do goofy messages. They'll expose themselves when $30, $40 million are missing out of an account. but they want to expose themselves to do a goofy message like this. So for me, hacking Blockfolio and using this message, all right, I'm thinking this hacker is 17 to 24, which also makes it even scarier that there's a 17 to 24-year out there possibly that can crack into the likes of Blockfolio and do things like this. But I mean, Grant, I mean, the really think about it, the chances of this kid being over the age of 28, I think are rare.
Like
I don't think it's happening.
25. I don't think it's probably some kid.
25. That's what it says.
Some kid in
that
Ukraine,
makes it scarier to me. That
in
makes it scarier because now he got free time. He literally is living in the basement or the second floor of his people's house, and he's like, "Hey, I just want to wreck somebody's day today." Like this is a person who just wants to wake up and make someone's day bad. And again, these are the scary ones you have to worry about because they're the Joker. Some people just want to see the world burn. I mean, he's the guy who cuts a circle on a big slice of pizza. And you just look at it like, why would you do this?
Then when it takes a bite out of the Kit Kat, you're like, hey, what kind of animal are you?
Right, exactly.
But again, if you're a young kid, you know, it's a lot of young, depressed hackers who they take out their anger on the world by doing stuff like this. Again, this should not affect you if you're Black. It should be a laughable moment simply because we've seen it before and because it's some anonymous person. They won't say it to your face. So again, this isn't really a non-starter, but it was kind of funny to see this morning. That was the first thing I saw this morning. I was dying laughing.
It was. Hey, it definitely made the algorithm work. All right, it definitely made the algorithm work. Lisa Soul Level Healing said, "Why did I laugh at this? I guess racism doesn't bother me anymore." There you go. Get some people around you that can hold you down, and it doesn't matter that much. It's just like whatever. Kepra, I knew. Love Bitcoin Zay. Oh yeah, keep them coming. You didn't say I said that in your voice too. You didn't say that. Torrance J playlist says, "Wow, good thing I had Blockfolio on one of my other phones." So yeah, question about that. When did Blockfolio really turn into this trading apparatus? I thought they were for the most part just market watchers and news. I even realized they were actually trading on it at this point.
Oh yeah. Well,
the thing is, that feature been around for a while now.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can connect your exchange to Blockfolio. That's been around for about a year or so now. Most people don't do it. Okay. Most people don't do that, but it is possible, and they basically just expanded, scaled up.
Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering about that. The Logic Spirit said he's not racist. He got Black nieces and nephews. What's really funny and would really be ironic is if he was Black, because I do know Black people do things like this too because they think it's hilarious where they just write some random stuff and like, bro, what are you doing? Like, it's Tuesday afternoon, I'm bored.
Yeah, so that would
be hilarious.
With a hard
we actually find a like some Mexican dude in LA, like, oh man, I'm just over here bullshitting.
Yeah, most likely. You know,
Raya Rashid, this is 4chan written all over it. Maurice Parks said, "Don't say Verizon." Maurice, I am with Verizon, and it happened to me. This is how we can talk so in depth about SIM swapping and phones, like all that stuff. I was with Verizon, and it happened to me. Only reason I found out about it actually is because on some Wednesday morning, my agent finally emailed me, said, "What's going on? I've tried to call your phone 2 or 3 times, and someone keeps picking up, telling me to send them Bitcoin." My agent was like, "I don't know what's going on." I was like, "Yeah, my phone is definitely hacked." I was like, "I don't know what happened with this hack." So yeah, and I've been with Verizon for about 15 years now at least. So yeah, it happened to them too. So it can happen to anybody. I'm with you. Other than that is the show for today. If you missed it, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot to pull it up. But if you missed it, Bitcoin Zay was on Fox News yesterday. What were you debating on Fox again?
Yesterday we were just talking about how markets were going crazy. Bitcoin, Tesla, Doge, Elon Musk basically getting in. Basically, I was just gloating on there. I was just like, this argument's over.
You took your victory lap yesterday?
Yeah, I just took a little victory lap and then used Elon's quote. In retrospect, it was inevitable. So yeah, I just wanted to basically gloat. And Meltem Demiras was on there. Shout out to her, big in the space. And shout out to Liz Clayman. She's brought me on there twice, and I think I'll be on there more. So shout out to Fox. They seem like they're trying to bring on some Bitcoin people because they're probably tired of hearing other people who are not experts talk about it as well. So shout out to them. And yeah.
Trying to find you over here. Here we go. I just pulled it up. Here we go. Oh, woo, there we go. Hey, there we go.
Oh yeah.
There you go, people. Just showing you a quick segment of it. You can see the whole thing on Fox News. But that is literally for everyone who always comes to our show telling us what everyone else said. We don't need to hear what everyone else said. We have our own subject matter experts here. We are into crypto nonstop. And with that being said, I want to make sure we say thanks for the continued support. Make sure you smash that like and share here. There we go, Bitcoins. I saw you freeze for a second, so I was just trying to talk.
Oh yeah.
Your face was froze. I was like, oh, just let me talk until you come back. But no, seriously, that is the show for today. Did you have anything else you want to leave everybody with? And he is a frozen again. Make sure you buy Bitcoin in Black America too. It is out now. Bitcoin's Day is freezing up on me. Make sure you smash that like and share. We appreciate the continued watching, and we will see you all tomorrow for sure with some more crypto news. There you go, Zay. You back? You back?
Yeah.
He gone, people. That's the show for
back.
today. Cheers.